Are you guys in there? Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Uh,
Yeah. All right. Here we are. Friday night once again. Finally, after the long, hard working week we've all been through, it's time to kick back and have some rock and roll fun with the Decibel Geek podcast right here on Friday Night Live. I'm Aaron Camaro, joined as always by my awesome friend and kick-ass co-host Chris Sinzak. Over there, just a little bit further, you got the man from Decibel Geek TV, the one and only Rockin' Ron Runyon. What's going on, dudes?
Not much, man. How's it going?
I'm excited to be here, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I am too.
I know, that was excitement.
I was giving Ron time to talk, and he didn't take it, so.
That's what you get for being polite on Decibel Geek Friday.
I know. Here I was being polite, letting you guys talk.
Right.
My two so considerate and polite co-hosts, Chris Sinzak and Ron Runyon. Please don't fight to speak first.
Man of many words, Rockin' Ron Runyon.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's watched our past episodes know I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
I'm drinking the Jaeger and having a good time.
Almost excited as at that time he caught the bus. You can tell. Look at it.
I didn't catch the bus. I let it run over me.
We'll see. We got about 2 hours spent with you here tonight. We've got some special guests lined up. Our awesome friend, Michael Wagener, the one and only awesome producer. I mean, geez, man. Motley Crue, Ozzy, Metallica. I mean, just look at this guy's resume. If you've been hanging out with us here at the Decibel Geek podcast for any amount of time, then you are well-versed in your Michael Wagener for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Like I say, if you pick out 10 of your favorite albums, chances are most of them he's had a hand in, one way or the other.
And he recognizes talent. So, like, we're going to have an artist that he's working with him tonight named Jax Hollow, and they've got a new record they're putting out. It's coming out, I think, in the next week or two. It's called Underdog Anthems. And we'll play a little promo clip before we bring them in, and we'll talk about the album and everything, and let you guys ask questions and go over the whole thing. And there's some special guests on this record too that we'll get into also.
Yeah, very cool stuff, man. You know, if somebody came up and handed me 10 CDs of bands that I'd never heard of and said, you know, pick one of these to listen to, I'd go, I don't know, I never heard of anyone. And they said this one here was produced by Michael Wagener, I'd say, that's the one. Give me that one right there. That's the one I want to check out. So this should be very interesting tonight, getting to meet Jax Hollow. And you know what? If it's good enough for Michael Wagener, baby, it's good enough for us. Yeah,
for sure. And we already got several people making comments in here. Robert Pasqua, hey, bad. Advertising CGCM radio. I see what you did there. Good guys over there.
Brian's back on again. Good to see you again, Brian.
No, he doesn't like Notre Dame. Okay. I don't either.
All right.
I must admit something.
I don't know. Well,
the school or the hunchback?
I was going to say, he thinks Ron is a hunchback.
He's a big fan of hunchback. Yeah. hey, Eliza. I think that's how we say your name. But yeah, several people on. All right, so we had a pretty good episode this week. Is an interesting one. We announced that we joined Pantheon Podcast Network, and had Christian and Peter over there from that. So a little different than our normal episode, but we thought it was good with such a big change that it made sense to explain it to you guys. But like we mentioned, it's not going to really change anything for you guys as the listeners. We still have free reign to do the show we want. We're not going to do the Barbara Mandrell episode that I hinted about. But yeah, we're super excited to be part of that whole network. There's a lot of our friends on that network.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, the only thing that really will change is, you know, these guys got a lot of really good connections, you know, and when they're talking about their friends and people they know, we're going, ooh, we'd like to interview that guy, or oh yeah, we'd love to talk about this album with that dude, you know, and all this. So yeah, definitely got some cool stuff on the horizon. These guys are going to hook us all up with some good rock and roll fun on the Decibel Geek podcast. So our partnership with Pantheon is a real good thing. Like I said, you know, over the years, I mean, we've been approached by different ones here and there, you know, and never really thought much of it because it was like, you know, what's in it for us? What do we get out of it? And there was never really nothing, but all of a sudden these guys come around and it's very beneficial. So, we're glad to be on the team with Pantheon for sure.
Mm-hmm. The Rock and Roll podcast. I know who that is. That's Robert Rowe.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I've seen the promotions for it, so I'm going to check it out. I think he said the first episode's this Sunday.
Okay, cool, man.
Check that out and
Very
see
cool.
how it is. Robert's a cool guy.
That's podcast, man. Number one, that's half the battle. Once you get number one out of the way, it's just going to keep coming and coming. You stick with it if you're having fun doing it, and it'll be a success for sure.
Yeah. And Coal Region Writer, that Martin Popoff show was killer. Yeah, the five was it History in 5 Songs with Martin Popoff. That's a great show. I've listened to several of those, and Martin's just an absolute historian. So happy to be on the same network as him. So that'll be cool to do. And I think we'll probably end up doing some stuff with some of the other hosts on the network, kind of help do a little bit of cross promotion. That'll probably be fun. But hey, Eric, how's it going, buddy?
Thanks.
That's a great shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, the Mandalorian was a priority over us, but we'll forgive that. We'll forgive that, Eric. That's a good show.
Although Rock and Ron is cute as Baby Yoda, I'll give him that.
I got the ears.
You have the lack of hair too.
Lack of hair too. Yeah, I'm going Benjamin Button here.
Yeah, you're just gonna get younger as you go. Dickie Jasmine, can't wait to hear Jax Hollow. Cool. Happy some people came in to check her out and see us talk to her. So yeah, this is
I did go on her Facebook and liked her page. Checked out some of the stuff she's got. Sounded really good. Looking forward to having her on here and get some more information on it.
A great guitar player, great singer. Yeah.
And that's always kind of the funny thing, because people always want to say, rock and roll ain't what it used to be. When I grew up, the music was way better. People say that all the time, especially when it comes to rock music. But it's always kind of been our mission here at Decibel Geek that when something new comes along that has that spirit, that same rock and kick-ass spirit as the music that we did grow up with, we feel like it's our duty to introduce you to it. And like you said, Michael Wagener, that guy had the ear of our generation. He knew the tone, to hit our minds and blow them every single time. Every time he was involved in an album, sonically, when you get it, it would sound so good. And so with Michael Wagener being the type of guy that is still out there doing his thing, that he's working with these new up and coming young artists, and the last few things that he's been involved in has been really good. So yes, it is 2020 going on 2021. And yes, there is really good kick-ass rock and roll music, new stuff coming out that you need to be aware of. And we're going to help you out with that here tonight.
Yeah. Did you hear the new track from the new Accept record yet?
Oh, yes.
That's really good.
Oh, yes. It's really good. Is you talking about The Undertaker?
Do what?
Because there's a couple of songs off the new Accept album that have come out that you can hear.
I think the one I heard was the title track, that Too Mean to Die, I think was the one I heard.
Yeah, that one's badass too, man. I love it. I love Accept in the modern era. This album is shaping up to be one of their very, very best they ever come out with.
Oh, there's good. Dawkins sounded great with him behind the wheel. Yeah, definitely.
100%. Yeah, perfect example of that.
So as much as I try to keep up on what I think you guys are going to talk about, then I miss it because I haven't heard the Accept yet. Now I got to get that. I have been jamming out to the Ellison though.
Oh, that's great.
That's a great album.
You told me earlier today that you wanted to talk about some rock docs that you saw recently.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up later on, but I caught the new, or I guess it's not new, but it's been out for a while, but the Joan Jett documentary, that was pretty cool. And I'm trying to get the time to check out the Zappa doc that everybody's talking about. It's supposed to be really good. Have you guys seen that yet?
I'm not like a big Zappa fan, but although I'll watch a documentary about anybody, so I'm sure I'll get around to watching it at some point.
That's.
I think it was Alex Winters from Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted, yeah.
That put that together. So being that I'm not a big Zappa fan, I am a big Bill and Ted fan. So I'll check it out over that. But I'm sure the story's got to be insane.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's how I got into the Ramones, was through a documentary, the End of the Century documentary. So who knows? I might end up being a fan after watching it. I've tried getting into Frank several times. It's just a little too avant-garde for me. You know, it's just a little strange.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I've never been a big Zappa fan, but you know, I should delve into him some more. But yeah, a little on the weird side for me. But you know, like Chris said, I'm a sucker for a good rock doc. Yeah. And you know, even if it's somebody I don't care for all that much, or I'm not a big fan of, I love seeing a good documentary put together to get behind the scenes and find out their history and everything.
Yeah, history like that, and seeing a documentary definitely will make you want to buy into their music. You know, it gives it a whole new angle as opposed to just stumbling on the music. So
yeah. I'll tell you, it's not really a documentary, but like we got a new TV in our living room, and big, like 55-inch, and like I've never had like a bigger TV. So the minute we got it hooked up, I told my wife, I was like, I gotta hit YouTube and start playing some concert stuff on here. And have you guys seen the AC/DC live from River Plate concert?
It's been a while.
I got that on Blu-ray, and I got a 75-inch TV, and that is fucking awesome on that. And the crowd, is just amazing.
They're as entertaining as the band is on that. They're just going insane.
Very cool.
2 hours and $5 around. Oh, the Eagles documentary,
Yeah, I agree. That was one that I seen. You know, I like the Eagles a lot. I know Aaron doesn't care much for them, but
the Eagles have got some songs I like. I don't hate the Eagles.
I like them if I'm in a mellow mood and that. But yeah, that documentary was really good. There was a lot of stuff in there you didn't know nothing about, and they were honest.
Yeah,
and that's another thing. I like a rock doc where you know the artists and that are honest about their history, you know, the good and the bad.
Yeah. Well, and that's, you know, a lot of people that want Kiss to make a real, you know, no holds barred documentary. That's the one everybody puts up. They're like, if they can make it like the Eagles one, where they let everybody basically, you know, if they want to talk smack, let them talk smack and put it out. You know, that would be awesome.
They already did that. It was called Exposed.
Oh yeah.
Documentary about their lives, remember?
Yeah, that was true to life. Yeah.
It was genital warts and all.
It was true to life to a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really thought they lived in that house.
Let me tell you something about the Eagles. You know, I'm not a huge Eagles fan, but I do like the Eagles. They got a song, and I couldn't even tell you what album it's off of, but they got a song called Too Many Hands, and it is jamming and rocking and kicks ass. I love that song. So there's some Eagles deep cuts that are really good that most people don't know about. They only got the greatest hits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mostly just know the hits, but yeah, I've never heard that one before.
That's a good song. It's about a girl who's had too many hands on her.
So no trickery in those lyrics.
I think I married that girl, or I know her.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
I was married.
I was gonna say, I'm waiting on Dawn to run in and start strangling her.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble for that one.
Too funny. I watched Decibel Geek. Oh man, I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to look at our three ugly faces on a 55-inch TV. Jeez. Stick to your computer.
In HD and everything.
Wow.
Yeah. I think my wife would leave me if she saw me on a 55-inch screen TV. She's like, oh, you're uglier. You're uglier than in real life.
I thought you were talking about your wiener.
No.
Look how big it looks on the TV, baby.
Yeah.
A lot of people loving your shirt, Aaron.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I love this shirt. Found it on the some website on the internet and told the wife, that's me right there. It's got Ace Frehley, a little bit of Batman. I'm in. It's so
cool. Have you watched Hired Gun? Yeah, that's a good one. That's about like all the side players. Eric Singer's interviewed in that.
All right on.
Yeah, that's on Netflix. It's pretty good. It's got like a Jason Hook and Kenny Aronoff and a lot of those people. 60-inch, Jesus.
Uh-oh, now it's a competition.
Now we have TV envy now.
I was going to tell you something else too, Ron. I've been watching the Packers games these last 2 weeks. Jock and John Runyon's been seeing some game time. He's looking good. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's my son.
Jock and John.
Even though he spells Runyon differently than you do.
I don't think so, does he?
No, his is R-Y-A-N, I think, and Ron's is O-N.
Oh.
Yeah, I get a lot of that.
Whatever then. Jeez, Chris. Ruin everybody's time.
I'm sorry for being a grammar Nazi.
Yeah.
I don't care if Damon Runyon was my grandfather, then he can be my son.
Yeah, and when you got a name like Sinzak, your always name spelling is very, very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell, I can't spell it right half the time.
You got it wrong. Try it again. Wrong again.
Rockfield. I haven't heard of that one. In Wales, where Queen Black's. Wow, Tim, is that one on like Netflix or Hulu or something? By the way, I love your profile picture of Paul Stanley in the Folgers commercial. That's great. There used to be a group on Facebook called Paul Stanley's Folgers Soldiers.
Oh,
I think he had it removed.
Folgers Soldiers.
Check out the Zappa tune "Trouble Every Day." I'll freak out. I'll do that.
Okay.
That's what I say. I'm sure there's good stuff in there because everybody talks about he was such a great musician, and had a lot of good music, and so I'm sure there's deep cuts in that are really killer songs in that. I just haven't delved into it enough. But maybe the documentary will change all that.
The thing I always remember about Frank Zappa is when I was a little kid, my Uncle Bruce had this big, giant black and white poster of Frank Zappa sitting on the toilet, and his pants are down and everything, and underneath it says Zappa Crappa.
Oh, jeez.
It was this big, giant poster.
Oh, Cole Roger Reader. Yes, we have. We did do a typo negative episode. We did with our friend Andy Connors.
Yeah.
That was a Halloween a couple years ago.
I think so. Yeah. It was a good one. I love typo negative.
Yeah.
But
I was just on a big typo negative kick not too long ago, and I was listening to that the Least Worst Of album that they released. It's like a greatest hits, but it's different mixes and the songs are different on the album, so it's really cool. There's some really awesome stuff on there that never made it on the albums.
That's cool. Oh, they re-recorded Master of Puppets, but in the style of Typo Negative. Did you see that video?
Oh yeah, I did see that, man. That was pretty cool. I like that.
When I first saw it, I was like, this is never going to work. And then when they started playing it, I'm like, wow, this actually sounds like a Typo Negative song. It's actually really good.
That same person that does that also does like Alice in Chains songs if they were done by Metallica, and Metallica songs if they were done by Alice in Chains, and those are pretty interesting too.
That's weird because Metallica just put out like an Alice in Chains cover or a video of them playing Wood.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
I'll check that out.
Which is funny because they really pissed me off the night that I was supposed to see Alice in Chains open for them.
I remember you telling us this.
Which I think they were mad at Lane because, I'm sure they lost some touring revenue from Lane having his heroin addiction. And they kind of openly made fun of him on stage while they were playing Man in the Box, which really irritated me because I was mostly going to see Alice in Chains. I'd see Metallica twice at that point, but I don't know. But anyway, it's good to see him doing something cool about it now.
Alice in Chains?
Do what?
Metallica was playing Alice in Chains song
At the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, they started breaking into Man in the Box.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they just played a few bars of it, and then like
Yeah.
James was like slapping his inner arm. I was like, come on, man, that's not cool.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's kind of shitty.
But to get back to Zappa real fast, have you heard the story about how Alice Cooper band wound up with him? About like when they auditioned for him. Mm-hmm. So they were going off like a telex or something from back in the day about saying show up at Frank's house at 9:00 and audition for him. They showed up at 9 a.m. instead of 9 p.m. and woke him up. Like they actually walked in his house, set up all their gear in front of his bedroom, and then he opened the door and he was just like, wait. And then he came out, he's like, okay. And then he had them do a gig at Whiskey A Go-Go, and they cleared the room out within like 2-3 songs. And he was like, any band that can clear a room this fast, I'm going to sign. And that's why he signed them.
That was way back. That would facilitate the Pretties for You album?
Yeah. It was when Frank Zappa it was called Straight Records. It was his own record company.
Yeah. Not a great Alice Cooper album. Those guys did not start out with a bang.
No, the first 2 albums, I don't like Easy Action much either.
No, not really. I think there's like maybe one good song on Easy Action. Rest of that stuff's all kind of psychedelic and weird. Yeah, they don't really get their stride till they get going like their 3rd, 4th albums.
Right. Yeah. But that, but yeah, it was, and then I saw a thing today. It was cool. It was Alice Cooper talking to Eddie Kramer and Billy Cox about a Hendrix not a documentary, but it's like a concert movie that they filmed in Hawaii that's going to get released soon. And it's a great little talk with those 3.
Nice. That's cool. I like to check that out. Oh man, what a lineup. Crew 94, Typo Negative, and King's X.
Woo. Yeah. That would be awesome.
That's hard to top right there.
But King's X should be headlining.
And they didn't tour much on the 94 album, did they?
No, not of their own choice. It didn't do well.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. They didn't do a whole lot of touring there, so that was a rare show to catch.
So we need a couple of bands that are going to bring their own fan base to our shows. How about Typo Negative and King's X? Those guys are both pretty good.
It's a weird lineup, but like, I guess after they got Vince back in the band, when New Tattoo was out, they toured with Megadeth. So that, which is even weirder bill. I can't imagine those 2 on the same bill.
And Motley Crue is one of those bands that just kind of rides the wave, kind of in the same way Kiss did. They're able to maintain their popularity throughout, even though they do some weird stuff. They have their ups and downs, but they never really truly went away.
Yeah.
And to do that, to survive that way, you got to kind of be able to ride the trends, and they definitely did that, especially with Generation Swine. That album was as trendy as could be.
I was surprised to see a few people on that episode we did say how much they enjoy that record. It's hard for me to comprehend that. Not for me at all.
There are a handful of good songs on it, but I would have loved to see, like, if they could get the master tapes to that and go back and clean it all up and release it as like, I don't know, maybe like a Dr. Feelgood style, but do those songs. I'd like to see if that would work.
That would take a lot of work.
And stuff out of them. Be interesting.
Ron, what are you pouring?
What are you doing, Ron?
Oh boy. He's up to no good. Typo opened during King's X. They let the lawn fill the seats in Motley Crue in Detroit.
Which that was a good one.
Hope you get a lot more fans from joining the Pantheon there. Yeah, we do too, man. we hope the numbers get a good jolt.
That's all whatever, We have fun with the fans we got. What we're more concerned with is getting better guests and things like that for the people that are already supporters of the show. If more people come on, that's cool too. But we're more concerned and it's way more important to us to deliver the goods to the people we got.
Yeah.
So what the hell is a terrapin hopsecutioner?
It's a beer that I loved when I still drank beer, but I can no longer drink it. But,
you always drank the weird terrapin beers.
Any IPA I would drink. But yeah, have
any
one
time is Jaeger time, Robert.
We were all fans.
I'm getting trashed on water. Yay. So yeah, you have to deal with me.
Oh, you had to be honest.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You could
no
be
slurring speech.
You could be drinking ice water from a clear glass, and nobody would know it wasn't straight vodka.
Well, I did vodka a couple weeks ago, and Mooger Fooger was like, "That's not vodka in that glass, is it?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "That's bullshit." I'm like, "Well, I can't win. I told you the truth. It was vodka."
Believe you?
Huh?
He didn't believe you?
No, he thought it was just water. I was like, "Well, geez, don't ask me if you're not gonna believe what I say." Today, it's water.
Sure it is, Chris. Mooger Fooger knows that's vodka this time.
It's water. But yeah, so thanks everybody for tuning in. We will bring Michael and Jax on here in just a minute. I see they are in the backstage area. You can't see them, but I can. And
there we go.
Excited to have them come on and talk for a little bit, because we've been shooting the breeze here for a little bit. We'll play a little promo video before we get into it, give you kind of a little taste of the recording of the new record. Man, this little promo video pretty much blew me away when I saw it.
I'm liking that band behind her too.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. There's some familiar faces that the Decibel Geek listeners and also Rockin' Pod people will recognize on here.
Yep, familiar to me.
So, Michael and Jax, you're backstage. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go, and I'll get this promo video rolling. Michael's good. Jax is good.
All right.
All right. Here's a little taste of the new record.
My passion possessive, some call it obsessive, but I'll be the carrier if you get the message. There's no time for resting, dispersing attention. We're fighting for freedom, they fight for their pension. Starting from nothing again. Your instincts are your only truth. You weren't born in the greatness, it's inside of you. So how bad do you want it, little underdog? Bleed for what you believe in. Make it feel contagious. I bleed for what I believe in. No one found my weakness, so say
Oh yeah, so rocking. I love it, man. So cool.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
What's going on, man?
Hey there.
How you doing?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Real good, man. Love that song. That's killer.
Thanks.
Right.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
It's good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, Angela was really tearing up that double bass there on that song.
Right?
Right.
Right, dude. Seriously. Yeah. Yeah, she's
Michael, are you at Wire World?
No, I'm home.
You're home now? Okay.
Yeah. It's dark. I can't be out in the dark.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on, and interested to hear about how this album is coming about. And well, first off, how did you find Michael, or Michael, how did you find Jax?
Well, I was looking for some producers for my album, and I was like, why not just go for it? Why not just ask rock legends? And I've got my demos, and I'm just like, screw it. I'm gonna go hard for this one. I'm gonna really try and make it, And I was just researching, and Michael's a rock legend, Master of Puppets and Skid Row and all that good stuff. And I was just like, screw it. Whatever. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. If he ignores me, whatever. I've been ignored a million times in my life. I'm good. And I reached out to him, and he's like, oh, wait, you're actually really good. Do you want to, do this. And I was like, do I want to do this? Yeah, I think so. Like this blew my mind. It's really cool. Yeah. And then ever since we've been like making some awesome stuff together. So yeah.
Man,
Yeah, I got an email from Jax looking for a rock producer. And I go, oh, God, not another guy, So I went to her website, and I was blown away with the stuff that was on the website. So we got in touch, and I mean, the next day you were at the studio, right? And then it went from there. And a few days later, we were recording.
Yeah, seriously, it happened that fast. It was just like, bam. Yeah.
So are you from around the Nashville area, or did you just hightail it here?
Yeah, well, I'm actually originally from Western Massachusetts. I know my accent's kind of weird, but I still say like wicked and stuff. Can't get away from it. But I've been in Nashville-ish for like 3 years. I've been like doing the touring thing. I did the cruise ship gig thing, and that's dead now. So yeah, I've been around. Yeah.
That's cool. So so like the timing of putting this record together, we're definitely in uncharted territory with these times. So like, I mean, what's your plan? I mean, are you looking to hopefully go out on the road in 2021? Obviously depending on how things go with everyone's health and everything. What's the plan going forward?
Oh, I would absolutely love to go on the road and like just. Here's the thing about I feel like a lot of musicians right now, all my friends who they'll play downtown and then they'll stop playing downtown. It's all crazy right now. But I feel like we're so I've never not played this I've never not played as much this year, if that makes sense. It's weird not being on stage. I feel like I'm going to be really extra in 2021 because I've got all this pent up energy. I feel like I'm just going to play behind my head and just go balls to the walls with performance and stuff like that, because I am really craving performing again. I didn't know how much I'd miss it until I missed it. It's sad. Yeah.
And at the studio, as long as you keep the studio clean, you keep the microphones clean. And if you're just working with one person where for sure they're not infected, then you can just work absolutely normal. I wouldn't have a 10-piece band in there right now.
Right.
But in that situation, we had a ton of fun doing this record.
Very cool.
And it was really easy for me because Jax is just an amazing player and singer, and so the normal stuff that I don't want to do anymore, where it goes, could you fly that in? Could you auto-tune it? No, I can't do that anymore.
You couldn't let me fly stuff in. That's what's hilarious about it, is because the song you just heard, Say My Name, it's a loop. That's the song. I actually loop that on a looper. We play it live, and he wouldn't let you put it in. So I did it's like a workout, and it was.
That was actually played live. So in the studio, we didn't have it on the loop. She played it all the way through the song, and then we doubled it with another sound. So that's all one piece, so to say.
Wow.
Good.
Yeah.
Michael Wagener making you do it the right way. I love it.
Yeah. Music is made by musicians, not by typists,
It's been such a breath of fresh air. I love working with Michael, not only because he's a musical and production genius. He's got all these ideas and cool stuff, but also I come from the Berkeley world where all the producers and stuff coming out of Berkeley, my graduating class, it's all okay, quantize this. Okay, let's just fit everything in the box and then have someone sing 20 times in a row. Angela. yeah, dude. Oh my God.
Tell.
Angela kicks so much ass, man.
Totally.
So, yeah. But it's cool working with someone who actually knows what they're doing, for real, oh man, it was, I feel so blessed, it's just.
Yeah, how are we going to do this? Let's see. You have a little bit of rock touch in there, and then let's get a metal drummer and a punk metal bass player and a punk drummer.
Yeah.
And that's what we ended up with, and that's the way the record came out. But it's very diverse. Even though when you listen to the whole record, you can tell it's always the same person. It's always coming from the same source. It's not like, oh, let's just do a bunch of songs that are all different style and see what happens. No, it's all Jax Hollow. And that's what we were going for.
Cool. Was there a lot of collaboration, like on the songwriting, or like how much did you bring in already?
A lot.
Was already written.
A lot. She brought in pretty much everything. We did like little things, maybe drum beats. Angela changes some drum beats here and there, and Peter did his thing. But the song as such was written. And I think we changed maybe one word in the lyrics of all the songs. So it's all coming out of that hat there.
That's cool.
There.
And I couldn't help but notice Peter Baltus on, playing bass on that clip. So does he play on the entire thing?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Peter and I, we go way back, obviously. And whenever there's something in the studio that needs a bass, I call him first.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other people here, but Peter is my first choice. And there's never a problem, It's not like he's going dung, 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 dung. No, he's just good. So in a lot of fun.
Yeah, he was actually the last, I'm going to use quotes here, live thing I actually went to. I was a judge at an air guitar competition downtown, and Peter was the fellow judge, and it was my first time really getting to sit and talk to him. And you couldn't ask for a nicer guy. Just one of the most down-to-earth people I've talked to, and not afraid to give his opinion on stuff, was very, level-headed, straightforward. Like, if he liked something, he'd tell you. If he didn't like something, he'd definitely tell you. But yeah, I was so happy to see him on that promo clip because, I've been a fan of Aaron and I've been a fan of his playing for, decades now. Just an amazing player.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's a hell of a backing band you've got there, Jax. That's
right. Yeah.
It's a lot to live up to.
For sure. Yeah, he's very, he was just very intuitive. Like a lot of my music kind of is very genre fluid, very you'll hear like some, I don't know, like Motown influences, and then you get like super rock stuff. Like with the stuff you heard for Say My Name, like every song has their own style basically. And it's really interesting in my world to like be like, hey, like push this out to like someone who's really talented and see what they do with it. And Peter like just slayed it. He just like sat down. He's like, yep, I got this. And then there's a couple moments where he's like, damn it, do it again, and it was really cool to see him wrestle with like, what is she thinking? How do I like interpret this? And so yeah, he's super mega talented, and I'm like so stoked he's on the record. So
yeah. And a lot of people will be excited to hear that Peter's going to be on this too. That's going to bring some eyes to it also. I was checking out some of the stuff you got on your Facebook page, and we heard the song that we played going into the intro. And I was thinking with your band and your songs and your style and the way you play, if someone has asked me, like, because it's like always the new thing, well, what do they sound like? Oh, they sound kind of like this, they sound kind of like that. I can't do that with you. I really can't do that with you. I can't think of anybody that I would say, well, it sounds like this and it sounds like that. There's just too much going on there, and it's so unique and it's so cool, but it's still got that rock edge that, anybody listening to this show and watching this right now, that's what they're here for, because they love rock music. They love guys like Michael Wagener. And I feel like you're going to find something really unique, and if you're a rocker, this is something you're definitely going to dig when it comes out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Aaron, you're really hard to understand right now. I don't know if it's your mic or it just keeps cutting out.
Yeah, your volume's kind of muffled.
Say that, and as the engineer,
he's gonna mix you, man. Watch out.
Let me tell you, people, this album's gonna be really good. I want you to get it when it comes out. Trust me.
Very intimate.
Aaron Camaro, up close and personal.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, and I also checked out some of your other stuff too, and there's like several things you put up there that were like you solo, just singing and playing. And one thing I find refreshing is, especially with a younger artist, is you let things breathe in a song, which you don't get a lot of that these days with younger. It's almost like it's the short attention span syndrome, I guess, where it's like you got to cut to cut to cut to cut. And now, obviously, the promo we played, that's balls to the wall, which it's supposed to be. But you've got other stuff where it really breathes, and you give everything its own space in a song, which I like to hear from a younger artist. So, well, who are, and I love your guitar playing. Like, who are your guitar influences coming up?
Yo, Derek Trucks blows my mind, man. I love guitarists. My number one thing with guitarists is, yeah, those guys who go, they're doing like, all sorts of fancy stuff. That's cool. But like, really, I think the heart lies with like someone like Derek Trucks. When you listen to the guitar, it's just like, you do that thing and with your face, you're just like, because it's an extension of your voice.
Yeah.
Honestly. If you're playing guitar right, I don't know, like these guys like chug, 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 like that's cool. But like, if you really want to like get to the soul of like what a guitar can do, it's an extension of your voice. So I think Derek Trucks slays it,
That's
but I love other like kind of rhythmic people like Mark Knopfler, like just I got all kinds of weird influences. I studied classical for a while too, just because I was like, I don't know what this can do for me. It wasn't that fun, but yeah.
Yeah, that face I call the stank face. When you hear a good riff or a good lick, and it just makes you, yeah.
It's an appreciation face. It's just.
It is. Yeah. So Michael, did this differ very much from other recording processes you've had? Like, I mean, was it pretty easy to work with her and then get everything laid down on well, I don't want to say tape because tape's not really a thing anymore, but on tracks?
Absolutely. A lot easier. Well, one of the easiest projects I've done, because everything, the songs were worked out, and Jack's performance is just amazing. She goes in there, sings a song, does one take, and it's done. And there is no lyrics like taped to the microphone stand or something like that. Her eyes are closed, and she's totally in it. And I love that. I just love that. So it was absolutely easy for me. I cared about the technical stuff, and from a producing standpoint, it was absolutely easy. So
Cool.
Yeah. If Michael Wagener's having fun and he's enjoying himself, I know that's going to come across on the album. I know it.
Yeah, and that's the only way I will record music now. If I'm not, I've done it for 50 years. And I've seen everything at least twice, most of the times 4 or 5 times. I can't sing, there's no reverb on there, or there's too much reverb on there. The lighting is not right. Fuck off. And that was the case here. It was just like, and the songs, like I told you, they were in you. It's not like, oh, I have to remember what to play or what to sing. That was just theirs. There was never, just sit down here, let's pick a guitar tone, and then let's go. Right. And that was it, and then, we punched in maybe a couple of times, but very, very easy.
Nice.
Are there any of the famous Michael Wagener gang vocals on this record?
No, we had a couple of girls singing with you, but not in the football vocals, the way I call it.
Okay. Football vocals.
That wouldn't really go with what we recorded,
Right.
That's one step too far into the metal direction.
Yeah. Michael says, I love this stuff.
So is it next? Is it a week from today that the album is officially released?
So a week from today is the first official music video release for High Class Bitch, which is a lot of fun. And we've got Angela playing drums like for the video. We've got Leilani Kilgore on there too, filling in for bass. And the music video is badass. I love the way it turned out, and I think it's going to be like an awesome like debut kind of thing for the Underdog Anthems. So
Cool.
Excited
we were wondering, hey, what's going to be the first song on the record? And we listen to all the songs and we go, high class bitch. That's it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's different. It's rock, but it's different. The whole thing, it's not like your standard thing that you hear. It's just different, and it grabs you in a certain way,
That's awesome.
And then the last song that we recorded, or the last song on the album, is one take all the way through with acoustic guitar and vocals, and she did it all in one take. And little scratches on the guitar. We left all that on. It's just, that's it, so.
Well, it's better that way. I mean, it's you don't want to be too manufactured or sterile with it or anything.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes the mistakes can be the best part of the song. Sometimes
Yeah,
they give it a character. So next Friday the video, and then is it the following Friday the album in full comes out?
For the physical release, I've been told that the industry is sort of more leaning towards single releases. I guess that's sort of how you break, because I'm a new artist, so it's like, can I put out a full album? And I wanted to do that, and people are like, no, you should do single by single, and I'm kind of like, So like you can buy the physical copy on December 18th. I'm going to have that on jaxhollow.com. The first 50 are going to be signed by me and Michael, and that's it. Like find the first 50. And and then that's we're trying to hopefully see if we can sell some of those, and then the release will be just month by month will be a new single off the album, and hopefully the full thing will come out. I don't know, I'm still kind of working out to see. I don't know what I'm doing. It's like ask people as I go along, like, hey, figuring it out.
If you do vinyl, I'll be a buyer because I collect vinyl. So
Cool.
Be worth vinyl, I would say. I won't.
You're not a fan of vinyl, are you, Michael?
I am. I like vinyl. It's just, with the whole digital age, which I don't think is bad. It makes things much easier for recording. But when you record digital, your ears get totally tuned into like clicks and pops. And if you put on vinyl, you get a lot of clicks and pops, especially after a while. So, but that's just my stupid engineer head.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I'm looking for. I have pretty much every project I've done in the last few years. They came out with a final version of it,
Yeah.
I've got one in the mail from Hair of the Dog right now.
Yeah. I got that one.
That stuff we recorded in, I think it was 89 or something like that, somewhere around 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I picked that one up. It sounds great. They did a great job on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Independent Mastering did it. They did the vinyl, and I've all the stuff that I produced had been gone to Independent Mastering. So good guys.
Gotcha.
Very cool.
So since we're kind of a hard rock, classic rock show, Jax, like what hard rock or classic rock bands are you a big fan of?
Well, when I was a kid, I just wanted to be the female version of Jimmy Page. So Zeppelin is like my number one,
Right on.
Yeah, classic rock. I mean, I grew up on classic rock. I just had like my Walkman, and I'd like go to bed with like my Walkman and my whatever I like stole from my dad's CD stash, which was a lot of just classic rock, And then that actually kind of benefited me because I started doing Hall in America has like this Rolling Stone Rock Room thing on like 2 cruise lines where you just play classic rock for like an hour and a half a night, and but like to the T, like every solo is like note for note, and so that's what I did before the world went to shit. But yeah, classic rock, man. I don't know. I love that stuff. You know, a lot of people like in my age kind of are like, that's cool. You know, I don't know if they feel it the way I feel it, but I know some people do. You know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. There's something about the unquantized, just humanness.
Well, there's one thing I've noticed, like, that seems like the younger generation is getting more into to the older stuff, because like I'm sure you're both familiar with reaction videos on YouTube where these younger people will watch old rock and metal band videos and just get into it. And there's nothing better than seeing somebody get into AC/DC for the first time and, you know, like getting blown away by it. And it's just, I think there's like a growing appreciation for it. So I like that the stuff you're doing has kind of the old soul to it. So the stuff that I've heard so far, I'm looking forward to hearing the rest. But yeah, I think it's, I don't know, rock and roll is not going to die just because it's just such a great genre. You know, I don't see it going anywhere.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we good with opening up to questions a little bit? I know we got some people that have been wanting to ask some questions.
Sure.
Okay. So let's,
Serve them up, Rock and Ron.
yeah, we got Rock and Ron in the backstage area. He's going to put up some stuff on here. Yeah, but let's see.
We put them on the spot.
I know. How was it to work with Michael?
Michael is amazing.
Careful.
Yeah, man, he's a pain in my ass. Nah, Michael, it's like, it's just so much fun. Like, you know, like usually, like, I don't know, I feel like when you go in and you record an album, there's like, well, there's usually like drama in the band, like, ooh, like he said, she said, but, you know, I'm kind of I just showed up by myself, you know, and, but it's just like, it's so cool to like sit there and ask questions, and I won't like, you know, spill any details or whatever, but I'll just be like, what's the craziest thing that's happened in this studio? And then I get to know like all the little bits and pieces of like, and I'm like, oh, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you, like, you know, when you were working with so and so, and you know, I feel special, like kind of knowing I feel like I'm one of the cool kids, you know.
You are special. He wouldn't tell us that stuff. And believe me, we tried.
Yeah.
But there's legal limits to what I can tell.
That's true.
Before I get shot in the neck.
Oh,
Well, how about some of the pieces of rock and roll history Michael's got around in that studio too?
Dude, let me tell you.
Yeah, you played the Steinberger.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I got to sign my name next to Skid Row on like the ultimate acoustic guitar with everyone's signature on it. I was just like, my heart was beating. I was just like, is this okay? You know, like signing my name, you know. Oh man. It's
That's awesome. I love it.
Oh, Angela.
oh
Angie, you were there too. You know, you were a big part of that.
Yeah, I was excited to hear that she was going to be playing on it because I'm such a fan of the Taco Mouth stuff that you did with them. So
Yeah.
I knew she was an incredible, and I actually saw her at the they do the thing called they called it like a Music City Bass Off thing in Nashville where it's all bass players featured, and Billy Sheehan was doing it like last year or the year before, and it was him and Jeff Berlin doing like a bass off thing together with her playing drums.
Yeah.
And she just killed it, and I like that. Those are some big shoes to fill. So, and they were both really impressed with her. She's a great player.
Yeah,
she's
when-
not just a great player, but a fantastic person too. Like
Oh,
she's
yeah.
fun to work with. Sorry to cut you off.
And when I first heard Jax's songs, you know, I go, so we need a drummer, we need a bass player. And Angie was the first one that came to mind because she is very, very modern with the style that she plays. It's not just a stupid standard, you know, oh, that'll fit the song. No, it adds something to it and it lifts the song up a little bit. And we talked about it and she goes, I would love to play on that. So slightly different voice, right?
There's Eric Luzia wants to know, Jax, are you going to tour Canada when this stuff is over?
Hell, dude, I'll tour everywhere, man. Like I said, I am like itching, dude. Yeah, man, I'll tour like shit. I'll tour like a private event, man. I'm good. Yeah, I'd love to go everywhere.
What's the weirdest instrument you used on the record? Okay.
Oh, what was that? Oh, I forgot. What was that? What was the weirdest instrument?
The thing. What is that?
Oh yeah, the harmonium.
Oh, really?
She's referring to something else. Are you referring to the bottle?
Bottle.
I don't know. I remember the story about when Jerry Gaskill was there. You guys used like a trash can, like a lid for a trash can.
Yeah, that was a leftover. That was a leftover from the Lordi album. You guys know Lordi from Finland?
Oh yeah. Bill Coyne managed them.
And we go, yeah, well, we need a special instrument. So we went to Lowe's and got us a trash can. And it was used in different ways. It was used in one way that we would hang it on a microphone stand and put a $7 microphone inside, which was completely distorted. And that was the room for the whole record.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was there any band you had reservations on working with, but then were surprised by how much musical talent they had?
Well, musical talent is basically has to be a given for me to say, yes, I want to work with this band. And sometimes in the studio, it turns out that maybe that musical talent is not quite at the level that I thought it was. But you can always do something, then of course you have to work a little harder, you have to work a little longer on it. But the end result has to be good. So there's just like a few that I'm not quite happy that I turned down, one of them being Guns N' Roses. And I had a good offer from Ronnie James Dio, which I turned down, and a few others. And Soundgarden was one of them.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, at which point I then thought maybe I should get a manager.
Man, I'd love to hear what you could have done with Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That was way back.
Yeah.
So, Jax, what inspires you when you write music?
Everything. I know that's like such a cop-out answer, but really like so like I'm like professionally trained in songwriting. Like I studied that at Berkeley and I graduated, which I guess is an insult. So like I have like the industry like songwriting approach to it. So like I feel like I never really get stumped. Like I can always create, but like when the stars align and you feel really inspired and you're up at 3 a.m., that's when like the magic sort of happens and you kind of can let your mind go to places that and target those emotions that you can sort of you capitalize on those emotions, So yeah, I like events, but also like I make up stories too. But yeah, how much practicing guitar wise? Well, I've been playing guitar for like 13 years. Oh, practicing like before the studio or like before playing live. Just like, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes each. It really depends. Yeah.
Angela wanted me to mention that the most difficult decision of the day when recording was figuring out where you guys were going to go to lunch each day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. But we have a few ones figured out, and we just kept using those.
Michael would get mad at me when I like was indecisive. I'm like, I don't know. And he's just like, why don't you know? Like, I don't know.
I always have to make the decision, Oh, you're the producer. What do you tell us to go to lunch? And the problem is I'm diabetic. So if I don't eat by like 2 o'clock, I get really nasty, So, but no, we let's go there.
Yeah. We went to lunch with you one day when we were over there. I think it was a Chinese place. I think.
Yeah, we went and got sushi.
We went and got sushi.
Yeah,
that was a great meal.
Yeah, there ain't nothing like, when you put it on your resume, had sushi with Michael Wagener,
Yeah.
It's just me. I put that on my resume.
Yeah. Well, I'm slowly coming off that sushi part a little bit. Angie definitely was a big part of turning me on to tacos.
Oh
And actually, Taco Mouse made me eat my first Taco Bell taco, and I
I'm sorry.
ate that twice, first time and last time.
Yeah.
So, but I can't remember. I think it was 232 tacos that we had during the making of Taco Mouth.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
We actually had a list.
A tally mark list.
Yeah,
That's how you know that album's authentic.
yeah.
Let's say Taco Bell deserves points on that record, it sounds like.
But by now, when I moved here in 1996, there was 2 sushi restaurants in town. And now there is like one on every corner, and the restaurant level of quality is a lot better by now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're like California the East now with all the restaurants you can go to. It's crazy. Well, during the whole COVID thing, Aaron and I have kind of like a theory that because of all the shutdowns, that we're hoping that a lot of our favorite bands have just been hard at work recording. I mean, have you been as busy as ever through this whole thing?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, recently, after Jax's record was done, I took off a little bit of time just to I don't have to work. But I got the next band coming in next week, and then the next one after that for a full album, and him, Black Smoke Trigger, coming in as soon as we can do it, hopefully January. And but no, I've been pretty much working through.
Awesome.
As long as you keep your distance and you keep everything clean, then it's possible.
Right on. Good deal. I'm glad for that.
What was it
That
that you
last stuff
saw?
you did with that band was really good. That Black Smoke Trigger.
Yeah, I really
I
liked
love
everything.
that.
I
Oh,
heard
they're
from
awesome.
Love them.
Yeah.
And so they're coming back for another album.
Very good.
What was the song Jax to work with? Well, I went to her website after she contacted me, and I listened to her one take demos, and it blew me away. If it's a one take, there is no auto tune on it, and
Right.
there's no punching in, and it felt all so good. And then I wrote back like 10 minutes later, and that's how we got together.
How shocked were you to get that email 10 minutes later?
Dude, I was like, that's not real. I was like,
Imposter.
I don't know what I responded. I was just like, wait, legit? Like, hey, how's it going? Because I just assume everyone's gonna just like, who's this chick? Because it's just that's the Underdog Anthems, man. I'm a damn underdog. It's just like, but like when people like Michael, they see me and they give me a chance, and then people start to take me seriously, and it's just been like, oh, like, thank you. It's just like, it's so cool. It's like such a blessing. Like, just meeting Michael has been game changing. So.
And the Mexican food.
And that's so true too, because Michael lends so much legitimacy to anything he touches. So, for example, you're awesome, but what are the odds that the Decibel Geek podcast would have ever stumbled across you if you hadn't reached out to one of our favorite all-time rock and roll legend producers? And so having Michael on your team is only going to help, and we're going to do everything we can to help spread the word for you guys.
Cool.
He makes me look really good, man. Yeah.
You make us all look good.
Cool. Well, yeah. So we'll share out the link to everything. Can you do the pre-order right now for the record?
No, I'm going to be putting that up on my website soon for
Okay.
December 18th, where the first 50 signed copies, and then the rest are going to be cheaper, but the first ones are going to be a little more expensive. Yeah.
Okay.
You got 14 days to sign all those records.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your Sharpie ready. Yeah.
And I just like to say, before we wrap up today, it's really cool that Jax, you took the initiative. This is a lesson for everybody out there. If you're going to do something that really is important to you, man, reach for the stars, really give it everything you got and take that extra step, even though you think, well, Michael Wagener's never going to respond to this. You never know, in this case, Jax did that. She put her heart out there. She gave it a shot. It was a long shot because let's face it, Michael Wagener is a legend and he is a busy guy. And so for him to hear this and it speak to him, it's a lesson for everybody, I think. Just, go for it, just like Jax did, because look what it's doing for her. Take the initiative and try, very cool. It's a good, feel-good thing. I love it.
And I know once this goes on the road, it's going to kick ass. It's going to totally kick ass. I told you, you are one of the few guitar players that doesn't even look at the neck when she's playing. Everybody else is just like looking at the guitar. No, it's just like having fun playing it, and you can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell.
I love it.
Well,
I
please-
can't wait to hear the whole album.
Oh yeah, I just want to put it out so everyone can listen to it, but I'm being patient. I'm learning how to be patient. Like that's what Michael said is one time in the studio I was like, I don't know what it was. I was having some kind of blockage. I was just like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening right? And Michael's just like, stop looking at what you're doing. Like you don't do that when you play here. Just why are you all of a sudden looking at your guitar and I was like, you're right. And then I just like literally the next take it was just like.
Yeah, because your thoughts go somewhere else,
Yeah.
and then now you have to deal with the visual and just not thinking about the playing anymore,
Right.
performing.
But that's what a good producer does is they're very intuitive. They see you, because it's not just about like it's about the artistry, and it's about the humanness of it, It's like a good producer will like look at and inspect what's happening and be like, wait, we need to take a break, or like, hey, wait, it's just the intuitiveness. I love that, the artistry of that. So.
Very cool.
Found one of the all-time best.
Yeah.
The shit you learn in 50 years.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're getting the hang of this now, Michael.
Yeah. I've done demos before this one.
Oh man! So Jax, you're probably well aware of the closet under the stairs in Michael's foyer that has like all of the demo tapes and master tapes of everything he's done.
No, she hasn't seen that yet.
Well,
Oh.
every time.
I saw it all.
In front of that door, there's drums, there's cymbals, you can hardly get in there. And guitar cases,
Yeah. Well, every time we've come out there, I've asked to move into that room, and you won't let me do it. So.
I want to live
There's some stuff in there that basically, could pay my old age money for the rest of my life.
I'm sure there is. Some great stuff.
I'd like to live in there like the little thing off The Hobbit, my precious. Get me out.
Original masters. Yeah.
Off the wall.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Original accept. Oh man. Well,
Awesome.
well, it's been a lot of fun having you guys on. I appreciate you doing it. We'll definitely put out the link and we'll keep promoting it, and let's sell a few copies of this thing because I can't wait to get my own copy.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for having us on. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Always fun.
Very
All right. Have a
cool.
good night, guys. Much.
See you guys.
Nice. Man, so cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Rock and-
excited for that album.
Yeah, me too. Rock and Ron fell asleep at the wheel. He's out of the room now. So, you want to see Rock and Ron? There he is. We caught him during a pee break.
He thought, "Oh, I got 5 minutes. I can make a run for it quick. He's going to freak out when he gets back."
That was
Right
cool.
on. Well, guys, we always tell you, if we can find rock and roll out there in the modern age that sounds good and is worth checking out, we're going to tell you about it as best we can. And so I think we've accomplished something good here tonight.
Yeah, I do too. It was good talking to them, and yeah, Bill Elam. The single comes out on the 18th, or the video comes out next week, and then it's available for purchase the week after. So we'll keep everybody updated.
Just check it out at jaxhollow.com. Follow her on Facebook. You'll get all the updates there. You know, go look up Jax Hollow as soon as we're done here tonight, and give her a like on the Facebook. Yeah. Tell her you heard it right here on Decibel Geek.
Yeah, that's so good to talk to them. That was a fun one.
All right, Ron, what happened, man? Where did you go?
Sure, you guys end it when I take a piss break real quick, but you do that on purpose.
You had to get a refill.
I had to.
Let's cut
the make room for more. Anyways, yeah, that was awesome. I really look forward to that.
It just reminds me. It reminds me of how much I miss going to shows, because Michael was somebody I would see at shows all the time. It's good to finally talk to him again.
And how great is it that younger artists are coming up and are rocking it out and carrying the flag? You know, I love seeing younger artists doing some rocking tunes and being influenced by the classic rock and that coming out. Gives me hope for the future.
Keeping it alive.
Yeah. And speaking of pee breaks, I'm going to defer to you guys, because I had a pee break since we're still live.
You beat me to it.
Do what?
Son of a gun, you beat me to it.
I'll be back in just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm going to go ahead too. So, Ron.
No, you're not. You wait your turn.
You got this, man. No problem. One man show. You got it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I saw today? Guar is coming out with their own whiskey.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's made with Antarctic pure water and the blood of gods. And blood of gods is in it, I guess.
Okay.
You might want to try some of that and let me know what happens.
I'm not much of a whiskey guy.
Not really me either. A little bit, not much.
And whiskey by Guar, that just scares me.
It doesn't sound nutritious or delicious. Man, that was awesome, man. I love Michael Wagener. He's so much fun to talk to. And anybody that gets to spend any amount of time with that guy at all just loves him. He's so cool. It always reminds me of, going and interviewing him and Rachel Bolan at the same time. And it's like, yeah, we're doing Albums Unleashed, guys. So, tell us about this album. It just, they start talking to each other, and it's like, this is going to be amazing. This is the best interview we've ever done, and we each have spoken 3 sentences through the whole thing.
Al, I got the Jaeger bomb.
I was going to say, I'll give you one big guess for Rock and Ron. It's a giant Jaeger bomb. I'm doing Coors Light, Bloody Mary.
Bloody Marys.
But I just cracked them open and poured the drink as soon as we started recording. So catching up to do. If Chris was back, I could go freshen my drink. Hey, wait a minute, there he is. All right, perfect.
Go have your drink.
All right, cut me out.
Let's remove. There we go. All right. Wow, there's still some people watching. I'm amazed. All right. So, yeah, that was excellence in interviewing. Hope I don't suck. You'll think that you suck even after doing it for 9 years. Take my word for it.
No, you don't want to hear me speak to myself. I hear the voices and they don't make no sense.
Okay, your wish is my command.
No. Hey everybody. Welcome to wait, what the hell is that? Ron Taraj. There we go. Oh, I had.
That's enough of that.
Yeah, see, I had to. There we go. Now you can see it. Oh, see, you're still putting up, blocking my name.
Giving you shit. Oh God, I look fucking homeless tonight. I should have freshened up before I did this. The Rock and Ron.
That's a homeless shelter behind you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
With a guitar and great vinyl. So I want to do a little bit of rock and roll show and tell.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
I don't have any.
I'll go first, okay?
You go first.
So I got to clean up my office. I got to get a bunch of stuff moved around in here. So I started kind of digging through stuff. So here, I'm just going to show random shit that I came across. I picked this up at a yard sale like a year ago. Let me get it in front of the camera. That is, Joe Satriani cassette tape.
Okay.
This Earth. God, it's hard to.
It's a cassette tape.
Yes. And then.
Wow, I remember those.
There's 2 Joe Satriani cassette tapes. Yeah, I got those for $0.25 a piece at a yard sale. And this is kind of cool. One of Aaron's friends who he grew up with, who was a listener to the show, Cal Hins, he made they're fake beer labels for a beer that doesn't exist called Motley Brew. Isn't that cool?
Oh, hey.
Yeah. So if I ever drink beer again, I'll use it, but I don't really drink beer anymore. So, also found this. This was my home video cassette of Poison that Ricky Rocket signed when we interviewed him.
Cool.
So yeah. I don't think it's the copy I had as a kid, but I found it locally in Nashville at a record store, so it might have actually been the same copy. Because how many people really want this video cassette? And then
I think I got that video cassette.
Found a couple of actual photos of Kiss in Toronto in 1979. There's Ace.
Who's that?
Ace.
Oh, okay.
It's the Dynasty Tour. Toronto, 1979.
My eyesight is going.
And then,
my mom told me if I didn't stop it, I would go blind, and it just took 50 years to happen.
So you think you're going blind? And you know how it's to be. So yeah, so that's my stuff. What have you got?
Oh, man.
I'll show you one more thing. Because I did another podcast with a friend of mine from the local rock scene last week. And this is the only real CD that a band of mine ever appeared on. This was a compilation CD of Nashville rock bands.
Cool.
And I'll show you. See if I can get it to show up. You see, everything's backwards on here. You see, Say Uncle Bored of the Lie. That was my band. Yep. We had not even tens of fans, but yeah, that was my band.
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
I got.
You got the members of Kiss's heads on your wall. That's pretty cool.
I got that.
Aaron,
and you probably can't see it. I got an autograph from Bruce Kulick and Ace Frehley.
Yep.
Seen Ace at a club show back in mid-90s, something like that.
Was that the tour he did with Peter Criss?
No, it was before that, I think.
Probably 93.
Something like that, yeah. It was a solo show, so it was after Frehley's Comet, but before the Peter Criss show. I would have loved to have seen the Peter Criss show. Didn't get to see that tour, but
I got to meet Peter after that show here in Nashville. I did putting a pic of a different cassette every day on my Facebook page. Huh. I'll check it out.
I don't have it
wow.
here, but I picked up that Ellison no cover album from hearing him talk about it last week, and that is an awesome album. Got some cool covers on there. A lot of my favorite songs just cranked up to 11.
So Mighty K's here. Welcome to Friday night Face Off Fuck Fest. What free for what is it?
Fun for all.
No, it's free for all.
Oh, fuck it.
Ask Ted Nugent.
I've had too much Jaeger. I can't remember now.
See,
fun for all, Friday fun time, something like that.
This is why we didn't go with the name, Kristen. Do you have a favorite interview you've done? Oh, geez. A favorite? I don't know, but well, there's so many. Oh, no. Well, since, judging by the guests we had tonight, I'll say Michael Wagener and Rachel Bolan talking about the first Skid Row album at Michael's studio. That was a lot of fun.
Aaron just mentioned that, so you guys are on the same page.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was fun. We got to the very end of the interview, and I flipped over the Skid Row CD, and it has a picture of the whole band, and I had to ask, I'm like, is there any chance we see these 5 guys in a room together again? And he said, it depends. Is it padded? Oh, man. What else do we have on here? Am I picking comments or are you?
I'm looking through.
What is this, Bill Elam? Was that the tour the band would start into Last Train to Clarksville?
Not that I remember. But I'm pretty fuzzy on a lot of concerts from back in the day there.
Eric Luce is asking if we have 8-track tapes. I don't have any 8-track tapes. Do you?
No. Get rid of those.
My friend Billy Hardaway, he's got a whole collection of them and still has a player to use them to play them on too.
Oh, really?
Brent Tibbetts, congratulations on Pantheon. Thank you. He's a working player. Oh, wow. Where'd you get that Beasto Blanco shirt?
From the show.
Is that the show where Rat Pack Records hated us?
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody on the phone about that the other day.
Actually, I felt bad for them because they're such an awesome band, and they came here to Denver. I think they were touring a big tour with God, I can't remember now. Thinking Tesla or somebody they were touring with, and they had a day off from the tour and came here to Denver, and they played some little rinky-dink barbecue place, barbecue restaurant and stuff that just had a back room with a tiny stage on it, and it was playing, but it was really cool because I went there early and have talked to him before and introduced myself and that, and it was a really cool show and everything, but yeah, I felt bad for that, and also what I really felt bad about was we found out the next day that some idiot went and stole one of their stage props, a bat with nails in it.
I remember
that they was using for their show, and they were pretty upset that somebody had stole that from them, and so it sucks that they come here to Denver and some idiot had to steal a prop from their show. But yeah, then I got in trouble with the the record company, mainly because the album We Are. Oh, my time limit up.
No.
Well, the record that they were coming out with, We Are, which is the last album they come out with a year or two ago, they played songs from that new record, and I took video of it. And
Blanco?
Yeah. And the record company was not happy that I had quote unquote premiered new songs on video that the album wasn't out yet. So they had me take down the videos until after the album was out. Then I put them back up. So they are up on Decibel Geek, but I had to wait until the album came out to be able to put them up.
And to get revenge, he stole their spiky baseball bat.
No, I most certainly did not. I would not do that to Calico.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just kidding. Hey, I found something pretty cool this week.
What's up?
Check this out. Metallica, Bay Area Thrashers. You ever seen this? It's a live concert. It's called The Early Days. I'm not sure where it was recorded. I would guess San Francisco, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But this is early live recording when Dave Mustaine is in the band.
Oh, that's cool.
But it's got Hit the Lights, Seek and Destroy, Motor Breath, Phantom Lord, The Mechanics, Jump in the Fire, and Metal Militia on it.
Probably Ron McGovney on bass, too.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, cool. I was, I rarely flip through the Metallica because I think I have everything. And I was walking past the M's and was like, what's that? And I turned around and looked. And I was like, I've never seen this before. You had to get it.
Cool.
So that was something new I got. And then I told you I've been getting into the funk lately. I got a George Clinton CD.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man. Pretty awesome, really.
George Clinton solo?
Yeah, solo album. It's called Computer Games. It's got a song on here. I'm listening to it. I'm going, know this song. Where do I know this song from? And then it goes, bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay.
Wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay.
Atomic Dog. I was like, wow,
I remember that one.
I always thought it was Snoop
What's my
Doggy
motherfucking
Dogg.
name?
Yeah. So I picked that up, and then I got this one. Yeah, Airborne. No Guts.
Oh.
That's
Look forward to checking that out.
Love Airborne.
Everything I heard by Airborne. I got one of their other CDs. I think I've got one more, Black Dog something, that I got to find. And then I'll have all the Airborne CDs.
Not a good year to have that name.
Now that brings up bad memories, though, because I think I told you guys Airborne was coming to Nashville in May of this year, and I was gonna fly out there and see that show because they wasn't coming out here to Denver. They wasn't coming out any farther east than Nashville, I think. And
I didn't realize you were that big of an Airborne fan that you would travel that far to see them. Yeah,
I love Airborne, but normally I wouldn't, but they always play overseas, so I never get a chance to see them. So I was going to surprise you guys and come out and see the show.
That would have been awesome.
And then you know what happened.
Wait, what happened?
Damn it.
There was another Airborne
that
came through.
This is the Airborne event that never ends.
Yeah.
Here's a good
sick of it.
There's a good question here.
What happened during the Bob Kulick interview?
Yeah.
I don't know. He was very cordial, very nice.
Yeah. We don't want to speak ill of the dead.
We
he
interviewed
baseball.
Bob Kulick, and he was
that
in
interview was a home run.
Yeah, he was in a funny mood that day. We talked to him, and
Yeah.
he kept like bringing up baseball stuff, and we're trying to talk about rock and roll with him, and he kept bringing up baseball stuff, and then he did it like the third time, and I was like, well, geez, Bob, do you just want to talk about baseball? And he went on like this 10-minute run of breaking down the New York Yankees roster for that season,
Yeah.
and like went full in depth on it and took a big, like I said, it was a good 10 minutes. I mean, he really,
Literally 10 minutes.
I look back on it now and it's funny. At the time, it's just like, what is going on here? Looking back now, it's pretty funny, especially the way we worked it, because when it was over, I was looking at the audio and I'm going, there's some really good stuff in here, and there's a whole lot of baseball talk, you know.
I didn't want to release it.
I don't want to not release it. And Chris said, man, if you want to just scrap that, I understand. And I said, well, let me try something one time and see how this works. And so what I did was I took it in the edit, the magic of editing. If you take the time to edit your show, you can do magical things. I took him where he started talking about baseball and faded it out as we went into a break in the middle of the episode. And we used to do a break in the middle where we talk about like all the stuff that was bought through our Amazon link that week, when we used to be able to do that, which that was always a lot of fun, but that came to an end. And so then partway through the break, I said, well, let's check in with Bob real quick. And then I faded it back up where he's still talking about baseball. And then I said, okay, well, we'll get back with Bob in just a minute, and faded him out. And then we kept talking about whatever we were talking about. And then I said, okay, you ready to get back to our conversation with Bob Kulick? Chris says, yeah. And then I fade it back in right as he's wrapping up the baseball talk. So we were funny about it. We salvaged the episode. I got to believe, in my heart of hearts, I got to believe Bob Kulick probably laughed and appreciated our cleverness at doing it that way.
Oh, we never heard a word from him, but yeah, I hope so. I just viewed it. He basically wanted to troll us that day, and that's what he did.
Yeah, he wasn't, I don't know. I mean, he warmed up after a while. Like the second half of the interview is pretty good. But
he had moments.
It took a minute to break the ice. But I still liked Bob. He was all right.
Yeah. That was cool to have him. It's weird. I had like 2 phone conversations before we had him on the show, and everything was good. And then we get him on the show, and he's just like, I was like, I don't know what happened.
We were interrupting the game, I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
So somebody asked, what was your best interview? Would that be your worst interview, or
no?
Is there something else?
Oh, there's worse than that.
Oh no, we've got interviews we never released.
Yeah, there's one that didn't come.
Yeah, that you released.
That we released.
Not because of audio problems or any of that. But
I guess that would probably be the worst one, because all the rest of them went so good.
Yeah.
But we've done, I know I can think of at least one off the top of my head that we did an interview and purposefully didn't release it. After we were done, we're like, that was no good. We can't even release that. And it wasn't nothing terrible. It was just the poor guy didn't really remember what we wanted to pin him down and do an Albums Unleashed, and he just didn't have a good memory of it. And everything was just kind of, every question was just a blow off answer. And it got to the point where it was like, all right, man, well, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. We'll let you know when this comes out. And then
the only thing I'll reference it to, and only Aaron's going to get this and laugh, is if Bob says so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Bob says it happened that way, then that's what it is. And that was the most in-depth answer we got.
And we got it about 6 times during that interview.
Yeah, we really tried. And that was my idea too. That's what happens when I say, hey, I found a guy that we could do a cool Christmas in July Albums Unleashed with. And then, oh yeah, way to go. Yeah, Chris, you go ahead and find the interviews from now on.
I actually remember on the Bob Kulick interview, I was looking so forward to that and looking forward to doing a video on that. And I ended up messaging you guys after I listened about halfway through. and said, "There's nothing I can do on this because."
I mean, you could have found pictures of Mickey Mantle or something.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, all you would have had to do is go to like ESPN.com and pirate some of their Yankees footage and put in the background.
I know, that was the thing. It was like I'd just do a video on baseball here. You know.
Funny.
But yeah, like you said, you know, I met Bob at the Atlanta Kiss convention we were at to see Vinny, and he was one of the guests there, and I met him there, and cool guy and everything. So, you know,
yeah, he was nice that day.
R.I.P. It's a shame, but
I like that Bruce Kulick's done a lot of really cool tributes to him on his Facebook page since then, so I'm happy to see that, you know.
Yeah, me too. I mean, like you said, when he passed away, he was a sassy guy. He really was, you know, but that, I guess, was part of his charm, you know. Some people can be sassy and charming at the same time, and that was Bob Kulick. You know, he found that happy medium in there somewhere where he could be a wise ass, but you still loved him, you know.
Speaking of wise asses that we still love,
MDG.
Metal Mike. I know. Metal Mike doesn't realize that I'm doing this on my phone, so every time we go live, all I hear is ding ding, and then Metal Mike's message scrolls through. I'm live, you know.
Brian Murphy, you're too late.
Yeah, a little too late there.
They're already gone.
He wants to work with AC/DC. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
We asked him that when we interviewed him, if there was anybody that he could work with, if he could choose anybody to work with, he'd want to work on an AC/DC album.
Yeah.
That's what
and I'd love to hear it.
I missed the Amazon break too, man. That was always fun because we would see how we were affecting, you know, the business of music. You know, we would see every week. I'm telling you, nothing makes you feel better as a podcaster, especially as a rock music podcaster, as you talk about a band 1 week on the show, and then the next week on the episode, you're going through the Amazon list, and 10 people have bought the CD you talked about the week before. I mean, that's flattering, and it makes you feel good because, one, you're rock and roll influencers now, you know, and then on top of it, we're doing our part to keep rock and roll alive. So even though we don't do it anymore, I know that we still influence people to go buy stuff, you know, because and it's like the guys were saying last week on the show, Christian and Peter, you know, there's no Metal Edge to rely on. There's no Hit Parader to rely on, no MTV to rely on to turn you on new music in this era. So you got podcasts like Decibel Geek, and that's what we always pride ourselves on doing. And that's why we did what we did tonight with Michael and Jax Hollow, because we love to turn people on to good rock and roll music that's still out there, you know, because rock and roll, man, it never died. It never did. I don't care what Gene Simmons said. It never died. It's still alive. A little bit tougher to find. That's what you got us for.
Now, I like selling records through Amazon, but I also like selling sex toys and lube through Amazon. That was kind of fun, too. Some of you people are freaky deaky.
You did get some crazy stuff on that. I remember.
You remember some of that stuff we'd see on the list, Aaron? Would be like, what the
fuck? We never judged. We were just happy you were doing it through our link.
Hey, whatever gets your rocks off in the bedroom.
We thought we were impressing Amazon. Turns out we were not.
Well, I would like to think that our listeners just did that as a joke to get you guys to mention it on air.
Oh, we encouraged it. We said, buy the weirdest shit you can so we can read it.
Right.
Yeah, and they did.
AC/DC. I'm still not sure what my album of the year is. That's definitely in contention.
Right up there.
Yeah.
I would have to, right now, out of the top of my head, AC/DC is my top album. But I still got to do and we're getting close, so I got to really break it down. My Christmas list every year is my favorite band's albums that came out this year so that I can always cram for the year-end episode.
Yeah, how are we doing that like normal this year or no?
Well, I mean, we can't play the full songs.
No, we can do clips, though.
We can do clips. We'll do song clips. And you guys, you just have to take our word for it, listen to the 10-second, 20-second clip, however that's going to work, and then Decide for yourselves.
Yeah. The
Maybe
Amazon.
instead of doing top 10, we do top 20 since we're doing clips. I don't know.
Oh, well, hell, usually we do that top 30, don't we?
I don't know. I don't know.
Remember. Brian, the Amazon did not like us saying that you can support the show by clicking through our link, and therefore they banned us.
Which was weird because you could support our show by, clicking our link and going through and buying stuff from them. And we moved a lot of stuff. I don't understand it.
Thousands of dollars worth of product.
Maybe they thought that, well, this is all stuff these people would go buy anyway. So why are we throwing pennies at this thing for doing it? I have no idea. I guess there was enough of that going on with enough different podcasts and video casts and all that. It maybe adds up. Maybe Amazon said, we're a struggling company. We just can't afford this. We throw these pennies at these people.
It makes no sense what company guys think.
Rock and Ron knows that from dealing with the record companies sometimes. Mm-hmm. Some of them, not all, some of them.
So, all right. So, what's our most cherished Kiss merch? I don't know that I have anything that's really that'll blow you away. I mean,
I guess mine would be my 1978 Ace Frehley solo picture disc with Ace's autograph on it.
All right.
Because my whole family was there when we got it. It was the whole thing has got a cool story that goes along with it. And then meeting Ace at the end of the night, introducing him to my son Ace, and then getting the autograph. I think that was mine. It ain't nothing fancy. It ain't nothing rare. But to me, anytime I look at it, it reminds me of the night that we got it. And so that makes it mine.
To go along those lines, and Aaron used to see it because he used to hang in the old studio, was my framed Peter Criss autograph picture and ticket stub to the Bad Boys of Kiss tour in '95, because I went to that show, was really late getting out of there because I was catching up with friends after the show. So like most of the people were gone, and then I'm standing out front smoking a cigarette, and the bus pulled up from the alley, and Peter Criss got off, bummed a cigarette off me, and talked to me for like 10 minutes and signed that photo for me.
It's awesome.
Yeah, really nice guy that night. Yeah, totally. It was it was like an out of body experience sitting there talking to him. Yeah, I didn't have to pay $1,500 to meet him either. It was great.
But you didn't get to ride on a bus.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Although I couldn't imagine what Peter Criss's bus in 1995 must have been like. Probably not too good.
No, probably not too many strippers or drugs or anything like that going on in there either.
So I did put together.
Blonde hair then?
Huh?
Did he have blonde hair then?
No.
No.
Oh no, actually, yeah, he did. Well, it was kind of like sandy colored.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he looked like he did on MTV Unplugged.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he looked like that. And Ace was completely loaded at that show. He was so fucked up through that whole show. I remember they did a medley, and I think Torpedo Girl was one of the songs in the medley, and he just botched it so badly. But everybody still had a good time. But yeah, he was completely hammered.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, going back to when I seen him at the club and went backstage and got his autograph, that must have been in the dark times, because he did the meet and greet after the show, which was probably a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I come in there and he is just exhausted, wasted. I don't know what, but he was not with it, and was having a hard time just functioning with meeting people and signing stuff and that, and so I think that's one of the reasons that most artists will do the meet and greet before the shows now, because you don't want to do it afterwards.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's probably better, I would think, to do it before, because you're hanging out in town anyway. You ain't got nothing to do. When you get done with the show, you want to relax, maybe go have a drink, maybe meet a fan, one-on-one, not a whole bunch of them in a line,
Right.
Yeah. So I did put together a quick wheel with 3 songs for Smash or Trash. Do we want to do it?
Oh yeah.
Shit, man. You got the wheel back. Let's spin it.
All right, let me make sure I can make this work. So, let me pick the right tab so I don't show the midget porn that I've got on the other tab. So, all right,
Okay, yeah, we don't want to spin that wheel.
Oh, I'm sorry I sent that to you. That was a mistake.
All right.
What do we got?
What do we got?
We got
Future Radio.
Yep. Sainted Sinners and Fierce Heart.
Okay.
Oh, man, that hurt.
That's 3 pretty cool names.
Here we go.
Spinning, spinning, spinning. Round and round.
All
Sainted
right.
Sinners.
Sainted Sinners.
You need to do the crowd noise in there.
Oh, well, geez, you don't give me any time to prepare. So
You're supposed to be on top of that stuff.
how's that?
There we go. Sainted Sinner.
Woo.
Sainted Sinners.
Oh, wait, that's Vinnie Vincent's new album. All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not on the wheel.
No, that's not on anybody's wheel.
And it never will be.
It never will be. So, all right, so Sainted Sinners, the new album is the first with singer Yuckapo Jack Mail from Tigers of Pantang on vocals.
Easy for you to say.
So this band features members of Tigers of Pantang and Bonfire.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, that's good.
So this song is
Yeah.
called Same Old Song from an album called Unlocked and Reloaded. If it'll play.
Taking my chances, I'm getting ready. Nobody can stop me now. I swear I ain't lying, I won't be denying. Let's get away from the crowd. Can't be delayed. Who cares about mistakes? I feel like a newborn child. It's the same old song that keeps banging in my head. It's the same old song that keeps banging in my head.
Bark at the Moon.
I like it.
I give it a thumbs up.
I like it.
Mash on that. That's right in my wheelhouse. I like that.
Smash this. I like it.
Bit of a Jakey Lee vibe.
Yeah. That dude's a hell of a singer, too.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Yeah, the Tigers of Pantang is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So let me get
Smash
rid
it.
of
That's what I was saying. Good stuff. I like it.
Half Smash. All right. We got 2
Yeah.
left. Let's go again.
That's cool. We had one a couple of weeks ago that was a half smash. All right, come on. What is it? Future
Radio.
Radio.
Oh, since Ron asked for it.
Well, that's for Future Radio.
Future Radio.
Ah!
Future Radio. All right.
Right.
I'll buy a vowel.
All right. So Future Radio, it's a 2-member band, Johnny Future and Drickus Roitz, and that's all I know.
Okay.
That's about all I could find on them. This is a song called DOI from an album called Freedom Season.
I've always lived my life the way I want. So don't you tell me what I can do or
What do we think?
It ain't terrible. I like the first one better, I think.
Yeah.
But it's not terrible. I'll half smash that one.
Yeah,
All right.
same here. Not bad, but it was hard following the first one.
Yeah. Your fate is on the wheel.
Smashed avocado. Okay.
If we'd have played that one first, we might have liked it a little better.
Maybe.
Half and half. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's creamer.
Smash.
Not bad. Sorry, Ron.
So Fierce Heart, that stays on till next week, and then you add a couple more to it, huh?
Do you want to do that, or do you just want to go ahead and do Fierce Heart?
Well, then why did we spin the wheel if we're just going to listen to all three?
Told we did last time. All right, I'll leave Fierce Heart on.
Because what order they get to go in there, Aaron?
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
So you do or you don't want to do it?
Yeah, what the hell? Wheels are made to be broken.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Come on, Fierce Heart. Come on, Fierce Heart. You got it. Come on, Fierce Heart. Yes.
Wow.
Fierce Heart. All right. Third in the lineup.
Still no crowd noise.
It's got to
No,
stand
I did
up
it
against
last time.
two others now, a smash and a half smash.
All right, there's more information about this band.
Okay.
So in 1985, Atlantic Records released a debut album from Fierce Heart. So these guys have been around since 1985.
85, okay.
Fronted by the extraordinary talents of guitar icon Rex Carroll. You guys know guitar icon Rex Carroll. In '86, he formed the successful group White Cross. Was that the same as the Christian metal band? I think.
I think so. That's the only White Cross I know of, except for Little Hills in junior high.
And then like they wound up doing a performance at Melodic Rock Fest a few years, and then they decided to put a record out. So
okay.
All right. So this is Fierce Heart.
So how many have they put out since '85 then?
I don't know. I didn't do that much research.
That's up to you to figure out.
I think they only put one record out back then. So this is Fierce Heart with a song called Out for Blood.
They're back.
They're back. Got your balls to the wall.
Got potential.
Not bad. All right.
Man, I like it. I think out of the three, I think that's the best one.
Yeah, I think so too.
Definitely had the '80s feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the main riff is balls to the wall by Accept.
Yeah,
I mean,
kinda.
it's almost
Yeah.
identical.
Pretty close.
I got the vibe that would be something you would hear on a soundtrack, like a horror movie or something from the '80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Terrifying.
Yeah.
No, pretty cool though. I dig
Pretty
it.
good.
I mean, it does kind of have that AOR kind of feel to it, but the singer's really good. The tones on the guitars are really good. The drums are solid. Song's rocking. I say smash it. It's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's a
Mooger Fooger.
smash.
Mooger Fooger. Best of the three. I agree with that.
Coverdale Copycat. Yeah, I can hear that too.
A little bit. Yeah. I like Coverdale though.
Full on smash for Eric.
Full on smash. I like it. Good
Horde
stuff.
likes it. Cool.
Right on. Well, there you go. If you like Fierce Heart, they got music out. Go check them out. Buy their music. Or Sainted Sinners or Future Radio. Whatever
Yeah.
you like.
I don't think
Get
too
over
many
and
people are.
support it.
I don't think too many people are going to rush out to buy Future Radio, but
Yeah, you
since
never
we're
know.
playing.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Maybe
I
there's
might
other-
buy it after the other two.
Yeah, I mean, it would come in third place, I think, tonight, but it wasn't terrible. And maybe there's other stuff on the album that's better than that song.
Yeah.
You never know.
All right.
Till
Well,
you look
we're
into it.
Well, there wasn't a trash in there though, so
No trashes tonight. Not bad.
I try to pick decently. I mean, I could put some of the black metal and doom metal crap that I get sent every week.
They're trying to change us. We like Decibel Geek. There just needs to be more death metal.
Yeah, I get like 8 emails a week from Wormhole Death Records. That's a real company name. Wormhole Death.
Death.
Yeah.
What a way to go.
There's their free promotion.
Well, I guess we've had another fun 2 hours on a Friday night with Decibel Geek on Friday Night Live. This went pretty good again. I liked
Yeah.
it.
Went by really fast.
Yeah, it sure did. So, as always, we do our weekly show, Decibel Geek. It's a podcast. You can check us out there. Rock and Ron's got us covered over on Facebook on Decibel Geek TV. Of course, we want you
YouTube.
What?
You said Facebook.
Oh, I mean YouTube. Yeah, I'm sorry. Thanks, Ron. And he's a good corrector. So when we start getting buzzed up. Definitely want to check out Jax Hollow. Like I said, go to her Facebook page, give her a like, tell her you heard it here tonight, and stay tuned for that album. Because, like I said, Michael Wagener is a part of this, and he, like you said, he listened to it and said, "This is something I want to work with." And this is the same guy who's had a hand in helping create so many of our favorite albums over the years. So if that's the reaction he got off of it on first listen, imagine what it is by the time it's done after he's gotten his hands all over it.
Yeah.
This chick, man, she's a hell of a guitar player, an awesome singer. Got Peter Baltez from Accept playing bass on it. He's got Angela killing it on drums. This is a cool thing, and we're excited that people got to get a little insight on it tonight and are going to get to check that out. It's Jax Hollow, JaxHollow. Get on board with it because you can be a trendsetter. You heard it first right here on Decibel Geek, huh?
Yeah. How about to go out, play us out? Why don't we play that little 1-minute promo of Jax's stuff again, and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, let's do it. Very
All right.
cool.
So before you do that, what do we got coming up next week? Anything we can tease here?
I'll just say it's going to
How
be...
about if I put together a Beat the Geek and Chris can take on whoever?
Well, we have actually, I think, 2 guests coming on next week, and it's both.
Really?
It's going to be mostly a Kiss-related episode. I'll just say that much.
Okay, cool.
Nothing
Right on.
wrong with that.
And there's going to be some definite ball busting with one of our guests.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, we'll all put on our best Kiss t-shirts and show up right back here at 7 o'clock Central next Friday night for Decibel Geek Friday Night Live.
Looking
Rock
forward
on.
to it, guys.
Bye.
Take care. Have a good week.
A passion's possessive, some call it obsessive, but I'll be the carrier if you get the message. There's no time for resting, dispersing attention. We're fighting for freedom, they fight for their pension.